Hello, welcome back to learning Shmiras Halashon. I hope everyone's Pesach prep is going well. In all honesty, it's 1:30 in the morning right now as I'm recording this, but I have a clean dining room, so it's worth it. So today we are going to do day 8, which is called a wholesale sin market. And what the Chafetz Chaim explains on day 8 is that people need to realize that Lashon Hara is more severe than a lot of other sins. And he goes on to say that, first of all, it's a direct commandment in the Torah that says, Lo selech rachil ba'amecha, you shall not go as a peddler of gossip amongst your people. And that when you do speak Lashon Hara, not only are you violating just that one sin, but in the coming pages, he's going to show us there's many transgressions when speaking Lashon Hara. You are stumbling upon a lot of Torah commandments, not just negative ones, but also positive ones of how you're supposed to treat your fellow man. You're basically ignoring those when you're doing Lashon Hara, and it's so many sins in one sin, so to speak, that it's so severe. And he focuses on 3 important points here. He says, the prohibition against Lashon Hara applies to information that is true, which we've discussed in the past. So if it's true, that is the definition of what Lashon Hara is. It applies whether or not the subject is present when the Lashon Hara is spoken. So sometimes we think it's not Lashon Hara if our friend's sitting next to us. But it might even be more severe if the person's sitting there, because you might also be embarrassing them, which is another prohibition. We'll get to that more in depth, but it is still Lashon Hara if the subject is sitting there. And the Torah not only prohibits speaking Lashon Hara, but listening to Lashon Hara and believing it as fact. So you might be sitting with someone who's speaking Lashon Hara and think, well, I'm not the one speaking, I'm just listening. That's also an Aveira. It's also a sin. You cannot speak Lashon Hara, you cannot listen to Lashon Hara and believe it as true. So the Chafetz Chaim really spends a great deal of time going through all the commandments that are violated and why this is such an important reason, what's such an important mitzvah of not speaking badly about people, why it's so important to really take it seriously. Then he just concludes with saying that, if we carefully consider the dynamics of Lashon Hara, we find that one who speaks Lashon Hara has not only transgressed a negative commandment, but he has trampled on many Torah laws, guiding relations between man and his fellow. The Chafetz Chaim stresses that if we will study this issue a bit more, we will see that Lashon Hara also causes one to transgress the laws pertaining to man's relationship with Hashem. So it's not just with your fellow man that you're sinning, but it's with Hashem. It's upsetting for a parent when they see their children not getting along and fighting and, rivalries. And that's what we do to Hashem when we're all speaking and making fun of each other and talking about each other, whether in each other's presence or behind each other's backs. It affects our relationship with Hashem as well, because He's our Father and He doesn't want to see us fighting. I wish you all a beautiful Chag Kasher v'Sameach. We will continue learning together over Chol HaMoed, and I just hope you enjoy this time, whether you're with family, whether you're alone. It's a different type of Pesach this year, but to enjoy some of the quietness of it and to be able to maybe just meditate on some of the great things that we have in our lives and appreciate what we do have at this moment instead of all the negative things that we unfortunately keep hearing about. And may our learning serve as a schus to bring a refuah shalema to all the sick people and to help this virus end immediately. Have a great Pesach.